Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today we are going to do the Have a Heart Challenge, number 25, that I have prepared very poorly. You start off with one heart, and a lot of heart containers, heart drops, are replaced by coins in some way or another. You get the Charm of the Vampire item to heal up, and that's the challenge. There's just not a lot of healing going on in this challenge, so you gotta be a little bit careful. Your main healing is through the power of the Charm of the Vampire, so especially early on we're just going to be exploring the whole floor. I think there is item rooms in this, yeah, and shops as well, so that's quite nice. You get a little bit of a damage up from Charm of the Vampire, so that's nice as well. Nice little addition to Repentance there, and look at that. Slowly but surely we are filling these health containers. We just have to try not to take damage. I think if I try to blow up that tinted rock and it has soul hearts inside it, it will just drop money instead, which I guess could be useful if we so need it. I believe sun cards still heal you fully, so they're pretty ridiculous. And right, I guess soul hearts don't matter when you can't actually pick them up. Yeah, fair enough. There was some money for sale, 2 coins for 5 coins. It's a pretty good deal. Quad shot, sure. I will actually very happily take that because I think that just makes life significantly easier. So hopefully that's actually the case. I think my super secret room is here. I have no idea what my regular secret room is. Look at that. That's lovely. That would have been double hearts for each of those, and it really would have made the challenge a lot easier if we could just have those instead, but unfortunately not to be. We could buy 4.5 volts, I don't really care though, but I'll get the key at least. Maybe we'll be able to do something with a arcade room in the next floor, that would be lovely. But for now we're just gonna move on, get me a Gemini kill. And once again I am going to stick to this strategy of just trying to focus this one down first, while the big one is still alive, just so I don't have to bother with carefully aiming. I'm still genuinely not 100% sure if this is truly worth the time and effort put into it, but it's what I've decided to do, just to make this part of the fight slightly easier. Don't get an angry one. We get a little bit of tear rate. We don't get health for picking up that mushroom, unfortunately, so it is a little tricky. You have to go to Mom's Heart, so it's not like you have to go particularly far. We can no longer see our health, which is not ideal, but I mean, it's 1.5, and it does a little bloop when you do heal up. So we should still be able to reasonably keep track of things. And as long as we're just having a good time, nothing will really go wrong. I would love like the game kit actually. I wonder if that would actually still heal you, because that would be amazing if it does. That's pretty okay. Probably the best baby in the game, realistically. I mean, there is Brimstone and there's the ones that block tears and things. Like, obviously those are quite good. But I don't know, I like this one. The freeze effect is just really powerful. It does seem to kill enemies a lot quicker than just regularly destroying them. You don't get second forms for certain enemies as well. Like, it's just a bunch of good stuff. Very much appreciated. We're getting a little frozen statue there. That one could probably kill an enemy just by existing. Which is actually exactly what happened there. Interestingly enough, we could go into the shop using our little hermit card there, and I'm a little tempted. I'm also a little tempted to check out a curse room, because I imagine that if you get like Guppy's Paw or something, you just win. So that would obviously be pretty neat. I don't know if Guppy's Paw exists in this challenge, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't. I don't know if they actually physically removed items from this challenge, and if you could get Guppy's Paw, then you have 12 heart containers to turn into soul hearts. So that does sound pretty great, but maybe, I don't know. There are some minor changes here and there to items after all, so there's an okay chance that you just wouldn't get anything. I feel like Devil Deals would actually be a pretty good deal as well, thinking about it. Since we do have 12 heart containers to play with, so I might as well go for that. Obviously, it does mean that we need to not take any damage during this fight. Not the most difficult thing, but They can spawn like a bad thing on top of you if you're not careful, so gotta look out for that. That's flight. I like flight. And I didn't die, so it didn't take like weird hearts in a way that I don't appreciate, so that's good. I guess Hematemesis would actually be pretty good as well, huh? Or 3 luck up hills. Health down, it doesn't really. Oh, we can pick up soul heart. Yeah, okay, never mind. This challenge is actually not very difficult. I'm starting to get the feeling. I'm just gonna use this hermit card to get into my shop. Because I figured I might as well. But now that I know that we can just take the soul hearts, I feel like that takes quite the lift off of the challenge. Let's do compost. Can we turn everything here? No, you actually have to do it with consumables. I guess I never really know how compost actually works. Maybe I should read. Do I have items description? I guess I did turn off item descriptions in the previous run, didn't I? I don't know if that actually stayed off. But maybe, like real quickly, we could just set this back to true. Don't worry about it, everything's good. Alright, so we got a few less heart containers to work with, but we do have, oh, never mind, we got it back. Yeah, it doesn't heal you, that's interesting actually. That it doesn't give you the standard like health up that you would ordinarily get from picking up those items. You just get the heart container, but you have to fill it yourself with a little bit of effort. But I feel like just having heart containers is just worse than trying to go for soul hearts for the most part. Maybe Abaddon is just a way to do this challenge. Just get rid of all your heart containers and just go in the route of only soul hearts. And I feel like you're probably just going to have a fairly standard blue baby run at that point. But, fair enough. I guess I'll take it. Well, it would be a standard blue baby run only in the sense that you'd get way more money because all your heart drops are going to be... Well, your red heart drops are just going to be replaced with money. So it's actually an easier run than a blue baby run, I suppose. What a strange challenge this is. I really did not prepare this very well, but it's working out. I'll take a black rune. There might be something we would want to consume with that at the end of the day. Don't know if there's a secret room anywhere here, but we're all good. Have we taken damage yet this challenge, actually? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Because I didn't take damage going into my curse room, and then I teleported out. Yeah, maybe we'll just no damage this whole thing, and then that also makes the challenge pretty easy, I suppose, if we just never get hit by anything. I mean, maybe that's the strat you're supposed to use for this, which I guess makes sense. It's a pretty good deal. I kind of want to have that teleport card thing, the card reading, because I think that's going to make this challenge quite significantly quicker. And I would appreciate that. I wouldn't mind a video that's just 3 minutes long. Because I'm recording this during a lunch break. I just figured I wanted to get some progress in, and that's what we're doing today. We're doing a nice and easy thing to unlock some pills that are not very good. And I, for one, cannot wait to have this one ticked off. It's just one of those things we gotta get around to at some point, you know? So we might as well just have one of those days where we just tick off a checkbox and call it a day. I'm surprised this challenge has item rooms, actually. But I guess because you only have Charm of the Vampire, that's fair enough, but still. That is actually kind of strange. I feel like, is there not much more vampire-related things that we could have gone for? I understand that, yeah, we didn't take damage yet. And I kind of understand that you wouldn't have, like, too much stuff, because things like Yumheart, I think, just don't work. So getting that would obviously not be too purposeful at the end of the day. I did say I wanted to skip the whole thing. What does this actually do? Converts pickups into blah 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 and doubles your blah, but I don't really have... I think I'd rather have the monster manual at this point, honestly. It did kind of put us in the wrong direction. Probably should have just gone for the red teleporter, but yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's just not really that many items they could have added to this, and then fair enough, I suppose, that they replaced it all with... just replace the hearts and just call it a day. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just one of those challenges that you have to do at some point in your life. And once you're done with it, it'll say you unlock 2 new pills, and because the message is fairly ambiguous, you're not really sure if it's a good pill or not, but specifically the unlock for this, I believe, is the relax pill, which drops like 5 poops behind you if you're moving, or 1 if you're not moving. And then there's the triple question mark pill, which activates Curse of the Maze, I believe, for the remainder of that floor, more or less. I think that's just pretty much what it does, so it's not exactly the most worthwhile challenge to do at the end of the day, but you know, if you want to go for full completion, then ultimately it is on the list of things you need to do. Also, I forgot that I had a black rune, so we can just real quickly turn that into a speed up. Lovely. We're gonna have 0 stats, but we'll have a lot of speed at the end of this run, so we're at least going to be moving quickly. And in a way that does make me feel fairly secure. But I'd like some kind of luck-based item, I suppose. That'd be neat. If only due to the fact that we still have the A+ piece of paper right there, and I think it would just be nice to see just 100 teeth or something like that. Like Tooth Shot would be pretty cool. And certainly there are other luck-based items which I often remember when I have them. I don't know how much luck-based items really show up, really, because in most runs where I do have a high luck stat, I just don't really have the items that do anything with it for some reason. And I don't feel like they're like particularly rare, I would assume. It's just that it's just 2 things that need to happen in the same run, and that's just a thing that doesn't always happen, I suppose. Now I will take Spider Mod because why not? Take a cool chest. Recharge our book for the next floor. We could get some money out of the blood donation machine, but I kind of want to see how much longer I can do this whole no damage thing. I feel like it's going to end fairly soon. Like, I'm happy that it's been going so well so far, but there is no way. There is a very small chance that this is going to keep working out the way it is. That's the whole thing about Isaac. Eventually, things go a little wrong at times. It's not like my build's particularly bad either. It's just that I don't know. I just feel like it's time. I just removed a heart there for no real reason. We could really speed this up a lot if we take the shovel. But simultaneously, if we want to pad this out a little bit more than realistically have a 20-minute video, I could just go actually play the game. I kind of want to see how, if I were to play somewhat regularly, how much non-damage I could take. But then I took the red portal, and it seems like I realistically am just using the shovel without the positive effects of not having to fight bosses. I would really appreciate it if he'd stop spawning enemies though. Jeez. There you go. Let's just fight this boss. I'm just gonna bomb him because I'm getting kind of sick of just the sheer amount of enemies he's spawning. This is actually... Usually I feel like he doesn't spawn that much, but this time around he was mad. He did not want to be my friend that time. I'm a little tempted to look for my item room, but then there's also the added temptation of just leaving. But since I did just get rid of all my soul hearts for seemingly no reason, I actually wouldn't mind just exploring a little bit. Like, on the one hand, I could have had soul hearts. What's this? Oh, yeah. I guess big fly is also pretty good. I also, you really do get quite a lot of flies, or money for this challenge, which I guess makes sense because you're playing, I'm guessing you're playing effectively in normal mode, right? So you get normal mode heart drops, which is about 1 million, give or take, when you round it up or down. Round it in any direction, it still goes to 1 million, surprisingly enough. So it makes sense that you, I guess, get a lot of money just because all the heart drops get replaced by various money consumables. And as you saw, the 2 heart consumables gets replaced by, like, nickels instead. So I guess it makes sense that if you find a decent amount of hearts that you are instead just going to be rich. I do wonder if that would make just a regular run significantly easier most days. Because I kind of like being able to just buy everything. Who knows. I'm getting bored of this floor. I kind of already want to leave it, if I'm being honest. Something's wrong. I can't wait to get the relax pill at the end of this so I can have a little bit more chance of accidentally pooping all over the floor. The thing about the relax pill as well is that I so often forget it's even an option that I get it and then I have to start moving. And then it's not really worthwhile anymore because by then the pill has pretty much run out. So it's really mostly good the second time in a run, and even then it's Usually not particularly amazing or anything, but I suppose you probably could make it kind of work with like a poop trinket. Maybe, oh right, I forgot about the whole options thing. I guess we're pointing at enemies. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you could make it work in very specific ways, but it does require a lot of attention. Plus, the thing about running when you start eating a pill is bad if you get horf and you walk into a wall and you end up blowing yourself up. So there's just a lot of... It's just a little rough, you know? God, I don't love any of these. I mean, the damage up, I guess, is alright just because our movement speed's alright. Not a particularly horrible damage up when you haven't really gotten any other ones. Should probably stop taking random tier damage, though, or just walking into chests with spikes on them. But at the same time, I've made my choice. Plus, you do seemingly get a little bit more, like, chance of Devil Deal by blowing up one of those beggars if you, beforehand, lose your Devil Deal chances by taking damage. So, if anything, it's just a little bit of extra added optimism at the end of the day. We are in depths 2 and we've spent 14 minutes here, so I guess I might as well steal something from the boss rush, which I assume opens. I'd have to find the little skull, of course, but other than that, it doesn't seem too impossible. So we might be able to heal a little bit more. We could still technically get a Devil Deal. 35% isn't great, admittedly, but it's not, like, particularly impossible either. It's just one of those standard second floor type deals. We might be able to increase our odds a little bit if we go to the shop first as well, I suppose. Or the secret room. Get ourselves a blown up shopkeeper. There we go. That's lovely. That's 5 coins. That's stuck on the floor. I will actually get this. Just to see what's over here. Huh, a Sao Jr. It's an interesting item, actually, but there's unfortunately no way for me to realistically afford it unless I use Diplopia. How much was the other thing, and was it an active item? Battery. I do kind of want to have Diplopium. I think I'm just going to get it. Oh, I will get it. If there's not really like a good item in the boss rush, should still blow up the shopkeeper. If I have blown up the shopkeeper, I'm at 40%. Yeah. Yeah, if there's nothing in the boss rush, I could duplicate the guppy piece, and then we'll at least have 2 guppy pieces touched, and then we only need 1 more, which I guess you could argue is a good thing. We might be able to get a Devil Deal as well. Just get like double brimstone. Call it a day. Need to not get hit during this fight though. Which, not guaranteed. But we'll see. We're just gonna do our best today. It is the blue one, which is slightly more irritating to fight. Just more irritating spawns in general. Not a fan. I didn't even see that spider. Well, fair enough. It doesn't matter anymore. 23%, I mean, 23% is still not terrible odds. I wouldn't bet on it, but I need to stop running into spiders. It's actually getting a little ridiculous. I figured that since we had a big spider friend that perhaps, you know, maybe spiders wouldn't hate us anymore. That's not how it works. We actually still did get one. That's interesting. Alright, so let's just go in here first. That's Krampus. Perfect. Very cool. Very nice. Very pleased. Random tier. I really didn't want to get rid of my red heart containers at all. I just wanted more and more of them. I actually will take Pentagram though. So that's just nice damage. Tier rater, we'll give him back to you. D6 could be cool. Fly could be dark bomb. That does nothing. Yeah. I don't really care about any of this that much. Common Cold is alright, I guess. I mean, D6 is obviously fairly amazing in most instances, but we're just not going to see that many more items at this point, and that's what makes me not really want to do it. Let me have a a quick think. I'll actually... I think I'll just go with this. Didn't think that would create another boss item that way, but fair enough. Alright, so we're gonna take the D6 and then question our decisions a little bit. Because there's part of me that wants to reroll the boss room item, but at the same time I guess I kind of want to have both. So now I'm really starting to question what I've been doing. Yeah, I wouldn't actually mind having meat twice because that's at least like decent damage. I could have some meat and squeezy, and that would also be alright. Arguably, probably the best use of Diplopia was either on the Guppy piece or the Devil Deal item, since with the Birthright reroll effect that we currently have, it would have just rerolled into a different thing, so yeah, don't worry about it. I've been calling this challenge easy the entire time. I can't just suddenly worry about my decisions. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Pretty fly. I'd love like one more health down pill though. I know it's in my pill pool. I know it exists. Or just more pretty fly. We could just make ourselves really safe. It'll work out, I'm sure. Where is my secret room? Oh, is it above the arcade? It probably is, isn't it? That makes sense. I mean, if we wanted red heart containers, this would be the run, because we've gotten about 100, which is sort of amazing. I will take this just because of the everything up. I guess it's mostly just to speed up with slightly some other things, but still it's an okay item at the end of the day. Could have rerolled it. Don't really care though. I suppose I'll reroll if this drops 50% off, but he didn't. So that's fine. It's all fine, I suppose. Yeah, sure. I'll take 5 bombs for the price of 1 battery. Was there anything else in here that I wanted to reroll? Not really. I get the card. Chariot. Could be worse. Yeah, we'll just go like this. This is fine. We're gonna have a little bit of extra damage in the later spot. We could play the arcade machine if we really wanted to, and I really don't. But we could. It's nice to have options. There you go. Look at that. That's just great. Just wonderful. Alright. Let's take you. I'll take you for the tier 8. No, the damage up from me is really not that impressive, is it? 0.29 or something like that. Fair enough, I suppose, but still, it's just... Not impressed. Not impressed. Let's get in there. Mama Gertie's not the worst boss if you have flight. And hey, look at us. We got that. We got that from like basement 2. And that's wonderful. Yeah. Okay, you gotta be a little bit more careful with these tiers, though. I mean, this does speed up the process a little bit, I will admit. To just skip a whole floor. Especially one with Curse of the Lost of all things. So I suppose I do appreciate that we got that. And we could just skip this entire floor as well. And look, lo and behold, we will. It's a nice and quick run at this rate. I feel like the teleportation card item is... It does really change your runs a lot if you have options like this. Because not having to do pretty much the entire room, I do feel makes this challenge a little bit more easy. Given the whole... This is where you take a lot of damage and health can go down suddenly very quickly, and we just skipped all of it instead. Because look at how big this floor is as well. This is going to be massive. I don't want to deal with any of this. It's way too much stuff. Let's do one room. Let's just explore our hubris slightly. But other than that, that's all you're getting. That's what that was. 2 new pills have appeared. I wonder if they're good. Jeez, I for one cannot wait to see those in action. Surely. Either way, it's another challenge completed. We're getting pretty close to having these all done actually, because Glass Cannon unlocks the rules card. I don't really care about that. Pay to play probably unlocks something else as well, so there's brains. 5, 6, 7 challenges left. Ultra hard is probably, it might actually be the last one I do because it's pretty difficult, as the name implies. So we might just save that for the end. I don't know yet. But either way, we have completed Have a Heart. We have unlocked 2 new pills, and I cannot wait to see those in action, and I hope you cannot wait either. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll be doing another run with a different character, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.